A terrible monster once tried to swallow the sun. And for one quiet moment, the whole world nearly lost its light. Only one young shepherd saw what was happening. Only one shepherd ran toward the darkness. And because of him, the sun gave a gift that changed his life forever. Long ago, among the green hills of old Bulgaria, there lived a young shepherd. Each morning, he led his sheep across the meadows. And each evening, he watched the sun sink gently behind the mountains. One day, the sun was late. It hurried toward a great mountain, ready to hide behind it. But suddenly, a terrible holla rushed from the sky. Its mouth opened wide. Its wings covered the light. And it tried to swallow the sun whole. The sun stopped in fear. The young shepherd saw everything. He lifted his great crooked staff and ran straight toward the monster. He struck the hollow once, twice, again, and again, until at last, the monster fell and moved no more. The sun shone warmly again. "Thank you, brave young man," said the sun. "You saved me from death. Come with me to my father's palace. He must know why I was late, and he will reward you." The shepherd bowed his head. "I will come if I am still needed," he said, "but not for a reward. I only want your father to know that you were late because you gave more light to the people below." So the sun and the shepherd traveled together, up beyond the mountains, beyond the clouds, toward the bright palaces of the sun. As they walked, the sun whispered, "Whatever reward my father offers, do not take it. Ask only for the wild white horse, the one with the black tail." The shepherd remembered these words. Soon they reached the palaces. Everything there shone with dazzling light. Walls, gardens, windows, and golden halls. The shepherd hid behind the sun, so he would not burn, and so his eyes would not be blinded. "Why are you so late?" asked the father of the sun sternly. The sun told him everything. About the holla, the danger, and the brave shepherd who had saved him. "Where is this shepherd?" asked the father of the sun. "He is hiding behind me," said the sun. "The light is too strong for him." Then the father of the sun covered the brightness with a soft cloud, and the shepherd stepped forward. "You saved my son," said the father of the sun. "What reward do you wish?" "I wish for nothing," said the shepherd. "I did only what was right." But the father of the sun shook his head. "You saved the sun, and the whole earth needs him. You have done good for all people. I cannot send you away without a gift." He offered gold, as much as the shepherd could carry. But the shepherd refused. At last, he said, "If you must give me something, let me choose one of your horses." The father of the sun agreed, and led him to the stables. There were many wonderful horses, but the shepherd chose the wild white horse, the one with the black tail. "Not that one," said the father of the son. "He is too fierce." But the shepherd answered gently, "I will try with kindness." So the father of the son kept his promise, and gave him the horse. The young shepherd mounted the white horse, and rode away, across the wide world. For a long time, the horse galloped, over hills, across valleys, through wind and sunlight. At last, it stopped beside the sea. There, on the sand, something shone brightly. "What is that?" asked the shepherd. "It is a hair from the sea queen," said the horse. "Take it. You will need it." The shepherd picked up the shining hair, and kept it carefully. Then the horse carried him far from the shore, until they reached the strange land of the frogs. There ruled the ugly frog king. The shepherd wished to see the great city, and the palace, and the king himself. The white horse carried him to the stone gates, then stopped. "You must enter alone," said the horse. "Take my bridle, and guard it well. Sleep with it, wake with it, keep it always near. If you need me, shake the bridle, and I will come." The shepherd took the bridle, and entered the city. At that very time, the royal herald was walking through streets and squares, calling loudly, "The Frog King seeks a stable master. The Frog King seeks a stable master." The king had 3 terrible horses. Whenever a man entered their stable, they broke their strong straps, trampled him with heavy hooves, and ate him. No one dared become their keeper, even though the reward was great. When the shepherd heard this, he went to the palace and said, "I will become the stable master." The servants led him to the stable. But before he crossed the threshold, the shepherd took out the shining hair of the sea queen. Its light filled the dark stable. The terrible horses grew calm at once. Their fierce eyes softened. Their hooves became still, and they stood quietly like lambs. "Easy now," said the shepherd softly. He fed them, watered them, and led them without fear. The servants ran to the Frog King, and told him what had happened. The king ordered the shepherd to be brought before him. "How did you tame my horses?" asked the Frog King. "With this," said the shepherd. And he showed the shining hair. "What is it?" asked the king. "It is the hair of the sea queen," said the shepherd. The Frog King's eyes grew wide. "Then bring me the sea queen," he commanded. "If you do not, you will lose your head." The shepherd asked for 1 day to think. Then he went beyond the city gates, took out the bridle, and shook it gently. At once, the white horse appeared. The shepherd told him everything. "Easy work," said the horse. "Climb onto my back." They raced to the sea. The white horse plunged into the water, and swam to a far island. On that island stood a palace, built of sea stones, colored shells, and shining treasures from the deep. Inside, the Sea Queen slept in silk, beautiful as moonlight on water. The shepherd lifted her gently, mounted the white horse, and they returned like the wind. At dawn, they reached the Frog Kingdom. The shepherd woke the Sea Queen and calmly explained what had happened. Then he led her to the Frog King. The ugly king liked her at once and wanted to marry her. But the Sea Queen looked at him with fear and said, "I will marry you. But first you must bathe in milk from 9 fairy mares. And if the milk is boiled over fire, you will become more beautiful than I am." The Frog King turned to the shepherd. "Bring me milk from 9 fairy mares," he commanded. "If you fail, you will lose your head." Again, the shepherd asked for 1 day to think. Again, he went outside the city gates and shook the bridle. The white horse appeared immediately. When he heard the task, he said, "Climb onto my back. I know where the fairy mares graze." They raced to a high mountain. At the top, a wide meadow opened beneath the sky. The white horse neighed, and many fairy mares came running, their manes shining in the wind. The shepherd milked 9 of them, then returned to the Frog Kingdom, carrying the precious milk. The servants made a great fire and poured the milk into a cauldron. Soon, it began to boil. The Frog King came to bathe, but when he saw the boiling milk, he grew afraid. "You go first," he said to the shepherd. "I want to see if you become beautiful." The shepherd asked for 1 day to think, then hurried to the white horse. The horse listened and said, "I will turn into a donkey. Lead me into the palace. Tie my bridle to the handle of the cauldron. Then enter the boiling milk." At once, the white horse changed into a donkey. The shepherd led him to the palace, tied the bridle to the cauldron, and stepped into the boiling milk. The milk bubbled. The fire roared. But the shepherd cried, "Oh, how cold it is! Put more wood on the fire. I am freezing." The servants threw great logs into the flames. Still the shepherd called, "More wood. It is still cold." At last, he stepped out of the cauldron, and everyone gasped. He had become wonderfully handsome, more beautiful even than before. The Frog King was amazed. If he tied a donkey to the cauldron and became so beautiful, he said, "Then I will tie a horse." He ordered the finest of his 3 horses to be brought and tied it to the cauldron. Then the ugly Frog King jumped into the boiling milk. He screamed. He begged to be pulled out, but it was too late. He melted away and vanished. The kingdom was freed from him. The young shepherd married the Sea Queen and became ruler of the Frog Kingdom. As for the magical white horse, he stood forever before the royal chambers, watching over his master. Faithful, silent, and wise, And so, the old people still remember the gift of the sun. Not gold, not jewels, not treasure, but a wild white horse with a black tail. A gift given to a brave heart that wanted no reward. And if you would like to hear more gentle stories, you can subscribe to Talechka's Tales. Good night and sweet dreams.